ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेश तारिणे। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकम् भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकम्। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Mataji, you're mute.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. And this is our final week of summer camp. So I'm hoping you're all excited and ready for this last week and the last day, which is going to be another very fun activity. So I hope you all have been paying attention and doing really good. Yes, Ryan.
Do we need yellow flecks and black flecks and white flecks like these ones?
I didn't hear you. What were you saying?
Do we need these flecks?
Oh, today is a cooking day.
What's a cooking day?
It's not an activity day. So Laxmi Mataji will be coming on the call and teaching us some nice.
Who has an activity of that?
Wait,
Today is a cooking class, Mama.
Oh. Okay, I'll check message again.
let me check. Yeah, I'm sure Mataji would have sent
No,
it.
Mama.
Yeah, Mataji, it is cooking only, Mataji. Monday is cooking. I think Mataji got confused.
Shall I send it again? I'll send it again.
Yeah, we will
Please
post
send
it
Mataji,
here
I
in
got
the chat.
confused.
Usually I put in the chat, Mataji, here,
Yeah.
so that our children keep ready the ingredients.
Yes. You have already
That's
sent.
okay. Mostly every home except cheese cream, everything will be there at home.
Okay, so we will get started with our session so that we can be in time when Lakshmi Mataji comes and you have enough time for your cooking, right? Okay, so once again, let us continue on this quest, right? This whole Sri Brhad Bhagavatamrta. So, this entire narration, what is the setting? Who is speaking? Can you tell me? Who is talking to who?
Parikshit Maharaj to his mom. Parikshit Maharaj to Uttara.
Mother,
Parikshit Maharaj to his mother. Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj to Mother Uttara.
Mother
Uttara and the second exactly. But who overhears that conversation? Can anybody say? His name starts with a J. J. Who overhears the conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Uttara?
Janmejaya.
Janamejaya. No, Janamejaya is not in that scene. But another J. He is one of Vyasadev's disciples. Jaimini. Yes. So, I'm screaming. Sorry. Yeah, so Jaimini Rishi, he hears this entire narration of Parikshit Maharaj and he narrates it to Janamejaya. Okay, so there is your Janamejaya connection. Okay, so like that, let us see what happens. Okay, this is a quick recap. I think you have done this many times. So all of you would know who is the hero or the main character in our first book.
Narada Muni.
Very good. And what is Narada Muni trying to search for? He is looking for
Find the most fortunate.
The greatest devotee. Mercy.
Yes, he is looking out for who is the recipient of the Lord's mercy, who is the greatest recipient of the Lord's mercy, right? So he wants to see, and he sees first he goes to Yeah, first he goes to Prayag. He goes to Prayag, and there, what does he see? Huh?
Brahmana.
And then he tells, oh wow, this Brahmana is performing his duties so beautifully. He's performing deity worship so nicely. He's like, oh my, he has so much love for the Lord. So what is he become? He thinks he's the greatest devotee, greatest recipient of the Lord's love, Lord's mercy. But what does the Brahmana tell him? He tells him something. Before we go to the next slide, I want you to say.
The king is the greatest.
South Indian king is the greatest
Good
devotee.
job.
South Indian king.
Greatest devotee.
Yes. So Narada Muni, he tells him, the Brahmana says, no, you go to the south. There's a king there. He is the greatest devotee that I have seen, right? And so Narada Muni goes to the king, and what is the king going to tell him? Yeah,
He's
I
not the greatest
The
devotee.
demigods and Indra
Indra is the greatest devotee.
Yes. So that's what he's going to say. He will say, Indra is the greatest of them all because he's received so much mercy from the Lord. Why do you think Indra would be like considered the greatest, right? Because every time Indra is in trouble, the God will go and help him. Krishna goes and helps him, right? Yeah. The Lord is always looking out for Indra. But then what does Indra say? Surprise, surprise.
Brahma is the greatest.
Yes. Now I'm not going to click on the button. That was accidental. So now you tell me who is the next in line.
Shiva.
Brahma says,
Shiva.
Lord
Shiva.
Shiva. Yes. Now is Lord Shiva going to be very accept the title and say that yes? Although we say, huh?
He
Vaishnava
says that
Shambhu, he is a great.
Vaishnavana yata Shambhu.
The greatest
What does
devotee.
What does Lord Shiva say? He doesn't.
Vaikuntavasi.
Laxmi devotee.
I didn't hear any of it.
Parvati Ma says that Laxmi Devi is the greatest, but then Shiva says Prahlad.
Lakshmi, but then instead of going Lakshmi, Shiva
But
said go
then
to Prahlad Maharaj.
Lord
Very good. So
Lord
Prahlad
Parvati
Maharaj.
says Lakshmi, but then Shiva says no, Prahlad Maharaj is the greatest.
okay, so then Narada Muni goes to meet Prahlad Maharaj. And what does Prahlad Maharaj say?
He's
Hanuman.
not the greatest
Hanuman,
Hanuman.
the greatest of them all, is the greatest devotee of the Lord. And then Hanuman takes him to the Pandavas.
Pandavas.
So then what will the Pandavas say? Pandavas
They're not the greatest devotee.
fortunate, the most fortunate of them all are the
Yadavas.
Yadava.
Yadavas.
Then out of the Yadavas,
Gopi.
the best is
They're not the greatest devotee.
among the Yadavas, who is the greatest?
Uddhava.
Uddhava then takes Narada Muni to the perfect devotee of the Lord.
the Gopi.
Gopi.
And there ends Narada Muni's quest to find who the greatest recipient of the Lord's mercy is. Right? The Lord loves the gopis like none other. So now in the second book, whom are we looking at? Anybody knows?
Question.
Gopakumar.
Gopakumar, yes. And what are we trying to find? Where is Gopakumar? Is Gopakumar traveling all over the place?
Highest destination.
Yeah. So
Go to the highest destination.
yes, what is the greatest destination? Where can Gopakumar go and be in his element, right? Where can he be the happiest? No, even Uttara wants to find out, so many different types of devotees are there, but of all of them, the gopis, they gave their everything to Lord Krishna. So, where are they going to go? Does everyone get the same destination? This was Uttara Mata's question to Parikshit Maharaj. And in order to explain that, Parikshit Maharaj tells her the story of a Brahmana. Now, this Brahmana is from Pragjotishpur. And what happened? Yeah, this Pragjotishpur Brahmana, he was a great devotee of Devi, of the goddess Kamakya Devi. And so he used to worship her, but he was looking for some material wealth, some material riches. But this Kamakya Devi gives him something more. She finds that he is a very good devotee of hers. So she wants him to become something greater than what he actually wants to achieve. He just wants some material riches. She wants to give him something better. So she, in his dream, she gives him the 10-syllable Madan Gopal mantra. And she tells him how to chant it. And this happens like a couple times. She has to come in his dream and give him the mantra, because he doesn't listen to her. Only the second time does he understand and take it seriously, that yes, Devi is trying to tell me something. She wants to give me this mantra. And so he starts chanting this Madan Gopal mantra. What happens when he starts chanting this Madan Gopal mantra? He loses what?
He becomes detached.
Very good. He loses interest in material world and he decides to go on a pilgrimage. And in his pilgrimage, he starts, as he goes, he sees different kinds of people. And finally, one night in his dream, who comes? Lord
Shiva.
Shiva comes, and Lord Shiva tells him that you don't follow any of these methods that these people are trying to, teach you. You need to go continue chanting your mantra and go to Vrindavan. And there you will get all your answers. So this Brahmana goes to Vrindavan. And when he goes to Vrindavan, whom does he see? He sees this very beautiful covered boy. Okay. Now this covered boy, now this Brahmana, he looks at him and he thinks, oh, this is my Madan Gopal. And he goes and falls at his feet. But who is he?
Gopakumar.
Gopakumar. Gopakumar.
Is Gopakumar. And yes, this Gopakumar also, what is Gopakumar's one speciality? He does the same thing as the Brahmana. What is the one thing that he does the same?
He's traveling.
He's traveling, okay.
He also chants the Madan Gopal mantra. He also chants the Madan Gopal mantra.
Good job. Very
He's also human.
Yeah, we are all human. Yes. Okay. But what Gopakumar had in common was, yes, he was also chanting the Madan Gopal mantra. And he felt like, oh, this Brahmana is not going to understand it unless I tell him my own story. I see a lot of similarities between me and the Brahmana and the way he has been going through this journey. So Gopakumar tells his journey. What is Gopakumar's journey? Now it's rapid fire. You have to tell me quickly. What happens to Gopakumar? First, where does Gopakumar go? How does Gopakumar get the mantra? Who gives it? Quickly.
From a Brahmana.
Brahmana.
Yes. There is a very great devotee of the Lord, and in Vrindavan.
Mataji couldn't tell his name.
Yes.
Jayanta.
Jayanta. Yes, very good. Very good. We'll hear that later also. Yeah. But yes. And who is this Jayanta? You all completed the section on Vaikunta, so you should know.
Mathura Brahmana. Mataji, excuse, I already am reading Brhad Bhagavatamrta, the book I have at home.
Oh, wow. Very nice. Very nice.
Rayan, you have the book without the purports, or like how you are reading it?
I'm reading with the commentary and all those stuff.
Very nice. Good job, Shreyan. Very nice. Yes. So, but even in the Vaikuntha Loka, that when Gopakumar goes there, he tells him, the Lord tells him there. Okay. So Gopakumar is given the Madan Gopal mantra by this Brahmana and this great devotee of the Lord. And why does he do that? He gives it to him because he feels Gopakumar is so compassionate. Gopakumar feeds him, and they all, because all the cowherd boys will be playing, and one among the cowherd boys was Gopakumar. And Gopakumar would go, he would give him some food, he would give him some prasadam every day so that he can actually, because he knew that there is nobody else for this Brahmana. So like that, Gopakumar would help him. And so in order to reciprocate with his love, the Brahmana gives him the mantra. And what happens? Even before he could tell about this, how to chant, what to do, everything, he leaves the place because he couldn't say, what happens? Jayanta has so much love for the Lord. He has so much love for the Lord that he keeps falling unconscious when he thinks about the Lord. So now what happens? Gopakumar chants the mantra, and again he feels very detached and he wants to keep going around, right? So he goes on a pilgrimage. First he goes to see a Brahmana. What is this Brahmana doing? He's worshipping something. Somebody.
Shaligram Sheila.
Yes. But Gopakumar feels so sad that the Saligram Shila, after worshipping the Brahmana, just packs the Saligram, right? And he says, oh, if you want to see much more opulent worship, you should go to the kingdom a little further, right? And Gopakumar goes there. There, what happens? Gopakumar, he goes to the temple. He sees wonderful worship of the Lord. He sees wonderful worship of the Lord, and he starts learning how to do proper deity worship. And the king over there, he sees Gopakumar. He has an eye for this boy. He likes him so much. But what, the king has no heir. So what happens? Who becomes the next king?
Gopakumar.
Is
Gopakumar.
the next king. Yes. So Gopakumar becomes the next ruler, but he's so dissatisfied. He doesn't want to do all this running the kingdom work. So one time, what happens? Some people come from this special place. Can you name the place?
Jagannath Puri.
Hey, Sudevi going to be the only one answering all my questions? I think she is doing a really good. Jagannath Puri, very good. Yes. Yes, okay. So Jagannath Puri, and so this people who come from Jagannath Puri, they start talking about its glories. Now Gopakumar wants to go to Jagannath Puri, and Gopakumar, when he sees the Lord in Jagannath Puri, he's so pleased, and then he wants to worship the Lord there. He's so fond of the Lord, and he loves the form of the Lord. And what happens over there? Then Gopakumar slowly feels like he also wants to do the deity worship, but he's not allowed to do it. Right? He has to take on great responsibilities over there, but he's not able to do the worship. So he leaves Jagannath Puri, and then he meets some people who talks about this wonderful, very, very opulent place, which is known as Vrindavan. Yeah, he goes back to Vrindavan, and there he hears about who? The people from Vargaloka. So then what happens? He is always, what is the one thing he never stops doing?
Chanting his Madan Gopal mantra.
Very good. Yes.
Also, something he always never stops to do is like he wants to always find his destination in this story, if not later, but he also always wants to find his destination.
Very good. So are we continuing to chant our mantra all the time? We all have a mantra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
Hare
that?
Krishna Maha Mantra.
Yes, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So are we also continuing to chant our mantra and find where we are actually supposed to go all the time? I sure hope we are. Okay, so okay. Gopakumar chants his Madan Gopal mantra. And what does this mantra have the ability to do? This mantra has the ability to it has the ability to, I forgot. Yeah, it has the ability to fulfill whatever we are desiring, right? So it tries to fulfill our desires. And so because he desired to go to Indraloka, what happens? Svargaloka, he is taken there. Now, once Gopakumar goes to Svargaloka, then what happens? He sees, oh yes,
He
Indra
becomes
Yes, he sees Indra is there, and there is the Lord, which is the form of the Lord over there. What is the name of the Lord? What is it?
Vamanadev.
Narayana. Paman. Paman.
It's Vamanadev.
It is just one. Which one? It's not.
Vamandev.
It is Vamanadev. Okay, very good. Yes, it is Vamanadev. So Vamanadev is Upendra, right? He is the younger brother of Indra. And so the Lord, he is very happy to see the form of Lord as Upendra. And he goes there, and Indra, what happens in between? Indra makes a mistake. So Gopakumar has to become the next Indra, right?
Yeah.
And like that, what happens? While he is okay, he's being Indra, he doesn't like the responsibilities, he doesn't like to be Indra, but he wants to come from Aloka. And Brigumuni tells him about this place where they are from, and like that, Gopakumar wants to go to Maharloka. And in Maharloka, in what form is the Lord present? Anyone knows? Nobody? Yagneshwara. Very good.
Yagneshwara.
Yagneshwara. Okay, so the Lord is in the form of Yagneshwara. They are always performing sacrifice, but the Lord will leave after accepting the sacrifice. So, and what happens in Maharloka? In Maharloka, there is at the end of Brahma's day, what happens? Partial annihilation happens. So when the annihilation happens, because of the heat of annihilation, all Swarga Loka, Bhua Swarga, all of them are Atala Vitala, all get destroyed, and Maharloka stays. But what happens? It's too hot for it to stay. So they all move to which world they go to? It's written right on your
Loka.
Janaloka. From Janaloka.
A cube. Mataji, they moved to a cube. Because Janaloka is a cube as shown in the picture. Mataji, they moved to a cube because Janaloka is a cube as shown in the picture.
Okay, so Janaloka. And from Janaloka, they will come back to Maharloka. Now, Gopakumar was not very happy with all the situation, because in Janaloka, you cannot do practically much. You just have to wait it out there and then come back. And then he was not happy that Yagneshwara will come and go. He's not fully there with them. So now, all of a sudden, he sees Sanat Kumar come there. And Brigumuni and all the others, they worship him nicely. So he goes along, he wants to go to now this place where Sanat Kumar is coming from. Where is Sanat Kumar coming from? Anybody can tell me?
Tapaluka.
Yes.
Tapaloka.
Very good. So there, when he chants the mantra, he gets an opportunity to go to Tapaloka. Now in Tapaloka, he will go there. He will not be, okay, what form of the Lord did he see?
Mataji,
Yes.
I think he saw the form of the Lord as Kurmavatar.
Okay, so he does not see any form. He is searching for the Lord, but he cannot see the Lord anywhere. The Sanat Kumaras, they will take on different forms. They will take the form of Naranayana. They can take the form of all the other kind of expansions of the Lord, right? But he cannot see. They say that they have to pray and the Lord will appear within their heart, right? So that was the speciality of Tapaloka. So he was not very happy with all this austere practice of meditation. But Gopakumar, he decides to continue there. And because of the blessings from all the four Kumaras, his practice, his devotional practice, his chanting of the mantra becomes more and more intense and purified. Then from there, of course, they go and see Lord. One Lord appears. Who is that? Brahma comes. And Lord Brahma comes and he, which world is he from? He's from Satyaloka.
Satyaloka.
So then Gopakumar decides to go to Satyaloka. And once he's in Satyaloka, he's like, oh, this is the highest destination anybody can get. So I should learn to be happy here. And which form of the Lord does he see there?
Narayana. Garbhodakshay Vishnu.
Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Wow, you are very, very good, all of you. Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Now, after being Brahma also, he becomes Brahma also over there. Then what happens? He realizes that there is an even higher destination. People come and talk about this greater destination, which is called moksha, liberation. And they talk about it being this very, very dazzling place where you can go to. So like that, Gopakumar wants to go there. For that, what happens? He has to come back to Vrindavan. And he comes back, he prays and chants his mantra. And again, he goes into he crosses all of the material coverings and he goes to this light. Right? And there he sees this. Which form of the Lord?
Kala. Vishnu.
Mahakala.
Mahakala Vishnu.
Yes, and this Mahakala form of the Lord is there, but he can see him in different forms too. So,
Mataji.
yeah, over there, then Lord Shiva and his entire
Mataji.
family comes. Yes. And
Mahakala technically means that time that is like fine. So like mega, like divine time basically. That's what, because Kala means time and Maha means like divine and stuff.
very nice. Thank you. So over there, Lord Shiva comes and Lord Shiva talks about, different things. And they also talk about Vaikunta planet and how Vaikunta Loka and Lord Shiva's place might be non-different. But Gopakumar, he decides that, oh yes, I want to go to this Vaikunta planet. And so next Gopakumar attempts to do that. And once he goes, he starts chanting his mantra and again from Vrindavan, he is taken to Vaikunta Loka. And over there, Gopakumar sees the form of the Lord, but again, is he happy there?
No, Mataji.
Gopakumar is not
But
happy. Gopakumar.
Mataji, in the book it describes more that he was very, very happy and stuff like that. But then later he was like dissatisfied because he couldn't like. It was not like the highest destination, and he couldn't see his Madan Gopal. He was really happy it was Madan Gopal.
Yes, because Gopakumar was still not able to see the form of the Lord that he is looking for, right? So then Narada Muni tells him to go further, and he goes further to which place?
He goes further. Ayodhya.
Ayodhya. He goes to Ayodhya. And
Mataji,
what is the
Ayodhya.
first thing that goes away? First thing that goes away is his flute. because and all the monkeys over there, they don't want anything that gives them Vrindavan's mood. They want everybody to relish the mood of Ayodhya. And so Lord Rama is everything over there. And okay, being there for a little while now, is Gopakumar going to be happy? No. Gopakumar stays there. Always he is dressed as a cowherd boy, right? So he stays there, but again he's not so happy. And so Hanuman tells him, oh, okay, if you are feeling so much separation, you need to go and see the Lord in Dwaraka. And so, of course, Hanuman tries to convince him to stay here, sorry, but Lord Ramachandra tries to convince Gopakumar that, okay, see, if this is not the place for you, you
Why is,
Dwaraka. And he sends him
why
along.
is Narada here? Why is Narada in the picture?
Narada is there. Gopakumar sees Narada everywhere. Whichever planetary system he's going to, like he goes to Vaikunta, he sees Narada there. He goes to Dwaraka, he sees Narada there. Wherever he goes to, he's seeing Narada also there. So now Jambavan takes him to Dwaraka. Now this is where we are going to start. Okay. So now Gopakumar, he arrived in Dwaraka and he saw all the Yadavas. They were enjoying playing with their little children. And he saw that, oh, this place looks so much more beautiful than Ayodhya. All the people are so much more attractive than the people in Ayodhya. And he was so captivated. What did he forget? He forgot to do obeisances. What? They all saw him and they recognized, oh, this is a cowherd boy. This is a Vrajvasi. So they embraced him and they took him to the Lord to meet the Lord in his palace. There Gopakumar saw Lord Krishna from a distance, and he was sitting on this beautiful throne, and he was looking so much more opulent than even the Lord of Vaikunta, Lord Narayana. And he was surrounded by everybody, by Vasudeva, by Balaram, by Uddhava, by Narada was also there. See, you say, why is Narada here, there, everywhere? Narada was joking, singing, he was playing his veena, he was having a nice time in Dwaraka. And who is the most confidential associate of the Lord in Dwaraka? Is Uddhava. So Uddhava was massaging the Lord's feet while he was talking to the Lord about some secrets about Vrindavan. So even if somebody is nearby, they won't know what Uddhava and the Lord are saying. So seeing Lord Krishna, this is the Lord that Gopakumar is looking for, right? Gopakumar is looking for Krishna. That's his Madan Gopal. He feels so overcome with love. What happens? He faints. And Krishna tells Uddhava to go and bring him. And Uddhava brings him, and they see that Gopakumar is a Vrajvasi. And Uddhava puts Gopakumar's head on the Lord's feet. And the Lord, he slowly caresses Gopakumar's head, and he sees something special. He sees Gopakumar's flute, and he immediately holds it. He takes hold of Gopakumar's flute and he looks at it carefully. But the Lord remained silent, and he was silently crying. And the Lord, he was quite, he was quite sad after that. But then the Lord asked him, oh, are you doing well? Is your health good? And he was like, I hope there is no influence of inauspiciousness from where you came. And again, the Lord started crying because the flute, what does the flute remind Krishna of? Always. It reminds him of the people in a particular place, which is sad.
Vrindavan.
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 Vrajagopis and Vraja friends. Mataji especially Vrajagopis, Vraja parents and Vraja friends.
And gopis.
Yes. So Uddhava has to pacify him again, and Uddhava will, give a sign and that Krishna is ready to leave the assembly, and he goes inside. Now, when when the Lord Krishna goes inside, he says that he wants Gopakumar to also come with him. So he holds Gopakumar's palm in his right hand, and he was still thinking, Krishna is still thinking about Vrindavan. And like that, he goes inside and sits on his throne. Gopakumar could only think of the Lord as Madan Gopal. Sing, and because the Lord is still holding on to Gopakumar's flute and thinking that, oh, this is my Madan Gopal, again he faints. But now the Lord personally, he bends down and he picks up Gopakumar. Again, when it was time for lunch, Lord Krishna, he's not hungry. Why? Because still he is feeling so much of separation from Vrindavan, from Gokula. So his mothers, they try to do so many things. They try to make him do all his various duties in the afternoon. But Krishna does not eat. And Krishna makes sure that Gopakumar eats. So the Lord, he personally sat with Gopakumar and he fed him. And then Krishna, he sat in a circle with all his friends, which is who is the leader of his friends? Leader of his friends would be Lord Balaram. And they all fed him, just like in Vrindavan. And then Uddhava, he took Gopakumar with him. Okay, because Gopakumar, he has fainted too many times already. And Gopakumar is so dazed by seeing his dearmost Lord right in front of him. But Uddhava and Krishna, both of them know one thing, that Gopakumar is not going to be happy in a place where there is so much opulence. So they thought that Uddhava needs to, Gopakumar needs to stay with Uddhava because he was familiar with the ways of Vrindavan Vasis, and he would be able to give good company to Gopakumar. So once they arrived at Uddhava's house, Gopakumar became very fully conscious, and he started remembering, oh, this is my great fortune. And like this, daily Uddhava would take Gopakumar to the Lord's palace. Okay, and they would watch, Gopakumar would watch the Lord with so much ecstasy, and he was just overcome with his good fortune. And so like that, he was like, I was receiving the Lord's mercy in large doses. I received such supreme ecstasy that no one, even a pure devotee of the Lord, could possibly describe it adequately, either verbally or mentally. Even in an entire lifetime of Brahma, you cannot describe it. And he said, the happiness that is found in liberation is said to be supreme. If that is multiplied million times, or millions of times, that is said to be equal to the happiness in Vaikuntha Loka. Now, if you can even conceive of any great happiness than that, that is the happiness you achieve in Ayodhya. But nobody can even begin to describe the happiness that one gets when you are in Dwaraka. So the Yadavas tried to convince Gopakumar. What did they say? That now you need to give up this cowherd attire. Everywhere Gopakumar goes, they all tell him the same thing. You need to give up this cowherd dress. Does he give it up? Never. Gopakumar doesn't want to ever give up the cowherd attire. So,
Mataji,
yes.
if the happiness in Dwarka is so much, imagine the happiness of in Vrindavan.
Nobody said that yet. Okay, Advait.
Mataji, but there's something greater than Advaits.
Sorry.
Mataji, there's something greater than Advaits. If he has, when Advait said that he would have so much happiness in Vrindavan, then imagine how much happiness he would have in Golok Vrindavan when he went there.
He said, is that greater, right? He said Dwaraka's happiness is greater than Vrindavan. No, that's not what they are saying. We're only talking about the places that Gopakumar visited till now. Okay, so what happened is, okay, so Gopakumar, sometimes he would see Lord Krishna in his four-armed form. Okay, and this became the first reason why Gopakumar was started being dissatisfied. Now he wants to go somewhere else because he's seeing the Lord in four arms, which is not a feature that the Lord exhibits in Vrindavan, right? In Vrindavan, the Lord has two arms. He always has this beautiful flute and cows, and he is this perfect cowherd boy. So that is one. Then after that, what happens? Sometimes, God bless you, the Lord would also go to meet the Pandavas, and Gopakumar would feel great separation. So he would be unhappy when he sees this. Now one day, this Gopakumar, he's getting back to his regular state. What is his regular state? Where he's dissatisfied being in this great spiritual bliss. Okay, the bliss we just talked about it. Gopakumar himself is saying that the bliss that you see in liberation is nothing when compared to the bliss in Vaikuntha Loka. That's millions of times greater. In Ayodhya's, the bliss that he achieved in Ayodhya was even greater than that, but he was still dissatisfied. Then even higher than Ayodhya is Dwaraka, but Gopakumar is still not happy being there. So one day, what happens? Narada Muni comes to Uddhava's house. Gopakumar was so surprised. I see Narada Muni everywhere. One of you were asking the same question, right? How come Narada Muni is here, there, everywhere, right? Gopakumar has the exact same question. He's saying, you look exactly the same wherever you go. So Narada Muni said that some of these associates, they assume different forms in different places in terms of the different pastimes, like Garuda, Hanuman, Yadavas, and by Uddhava. Okay, so Narada said that what was most surprising for Narada is that he is seeing Gopakumar in his same form everywhere, and he's always in this mood of dissatisfaction. No matter where you go, you are always dissatisfied. So he is thinking, Gopakumar, you are simply playing games with me. So then Gopakumar tells Narada Muni that you know why I am dissatisfied. There is something missing. I don't know what is missing. See, Gopakumar, he is not educated enough to know about the existence of even higher places. So Narada Muni, he starts trying to reveal some secrets to Gopakumar. Okay. But even before that, first Narada Muni tells Uddhava about who Gopakumar is. He told Uddhava that Gopakumar is this cowherd boy. He is from Govardhan and he is searching everywhere for something even Uddhava or Narada Muni could not achieve. And that is filling Gopakumar with so much grief. So Narada told Uddhava, see, you're always anxious for the mercy of people. Why don't you enlighten him? Even for a moment, you can enlighten him. And Narada is actually referring to Vrindavan, because who has gone to Vrindavan? Who has talked to the gopis? Who has talked to Nanda Baba? That is Uddhava. So Narada Muni starts expressing, oh wow, that only few people can attain Vrindavan. This abode is very, very far away. And the happiness that people experience there, it is inaccessible to us. We cannot even get there. So Narada says the means that of achieving this is very rarely obtained, that we can only pray for it. So Narada Muni is secretly trying to reveal to Gopakumar about this wonderful, most exquisite place. And Uddhava then starts admitting that sorry, Gopakumar. So sorry. Yeah. Gopakumar is much greater than both of them. And Narada Muni asks him, okay, you please instruct Gopakumar. But Uddhava says, see, I'm a Kshatriya. I cannot speak like that before Narada Muni. You are the Adi Guru. You teach everybody this process of devotional service. So Narada Muni said, here, even in Vaikunta, even in Dwaraka, you are thinking of yourself as a Kshatriya. This is only in the material world. So Uddhava said, no, even the Lord is thinking of himself to be a Kshatriya over here. So we all think like in the same lines. So Narada Muni, he has to now tell Gopakumar. Yes, Ryan, I'll get to you like in 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, 2 minutes, Ryan.
When is the story gonna
We are almost done here. We are almost done here. Okay. So Narada Muni starts, he gets overwhelmed, he gets so much ecstasy. Okay, he laughs, he cries, he jumps, and he starts glorifying the sweetness of the Lord's pastimes that he performs in Dwaraka, in Vaikunta, and even in the material world. So wherever the Lord performs his pastimes, it does not matter. And then Narada Muni, he was glorifying how much love Gopakumar has for the Lord. And that is the only reason why, he is not able to feel that satisfaction and that bliss in any of these places. It is the love which is a consideration and the goal for both the Lord and the devotee. He has so much love for Madan Gopal. So Narada Muni, he congratulated Gopakumar for his humility. And he says, this is the greatest asset of devotion for devotional service. You're so humble. You're a cowherd boy. You want to remain a cowherd boy. You don't need any of this opulence. And you are always considering yourself to be so much fallen, right? That's why, you always go, you think, oh, you are nobody, but you still have achieved the highest perfection in so many places. He says that it is perfectly appropriate for the prospering, pure, loving devotee. Prospering of pure, loving devotion to actually have humility. So he glorified the Lord also, saying that the Lord loves to be our friend. He wants to be the devotee's friend just on the basis of love. And that love is so strong that it can even turn the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna into an ordinary friend. So from all this instruction, Gopakumar understood that the best thing that he could do is to strengthen his love for Krishna. And Vasudev, he expresses the opposite actually. What does he say? He tells Krishna this, oh friend of the distressed, I now approach your lotus feet for shelter, the same lotus feet that dispels all fear of material existence, for those who have surrendered unto you. Enough with hankering for sense enjoyment, which makes me identify this with this mortal body and think of you, the Supreme, as my child. So here, Vasudev, who is the father of Lord Krishna, he was saying that he wants to take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. He doesn't want to think of the Lord as his father, right? He doesn't want to think of the Lord as, Vasudev doesn't want to think of the Lord as his son. So that is the difference in the mood. Narada Muni is telling Gopakumar, you need to see the Lord as your friend, and the Lord is our best friend. So that is where we will stop here. No. Yeah. So,
Mataji, today there is no tilak for the readers. Today there is no tilak for the readers, which means no, the other people who are reading did not hear. The girl who also is reading it also didn't read properly.
that will be tilak. Okay, next time. So Narada Muni, like this, he starts feeling ecstatic and he falls silent. And then he notices that Gopakumar seems to want more instructions. And Narada Muni says there's this place called Goloka. It includes the city of Mathura, which cannot bear to be separated from it. Now he says you can only attain this place, Goloka Vrindavan, by pure unalloyed love for Krishna. Okay, and you have to follow in the mood of particular devotees who are known as the Brajavasis. And he says that has nothing to do with opulence or power or awe, reverence, nothing. You can only achieve it by thinking of the Lord as your best, most dearest friend. Even though the Lord is beyond all this world, all the three worlds, we see that, right? Oh, Brajvasis, their love for the Lord is beyond this world. And that, although it seems to imitate ordinary love and combines the sweetness, opulence, and worldly simplicity, like the love of the gopis is so sweet, like killing of the Putana demon shows the Lord's power, right? And the Lord enjoying nice food and drinks with his friends in the forest. That is just like the normal worldly simplicity. Such love is not possible in Vaikunta. So it's not possible in Dwaraka or even in Ayodhya. Okay, they are very opulent, but Goloka is very different. So the Lord has put it far, far away from all these places. So there Krishna displays his godhood in a very different form. That he is most complete. He is often known as Hari, the one who steals the heart of all by his beauty and charm. And then Narada started to explain how Goloka Vrindavan is not different from the worldly Gokula. And he starts.
How question?
Yes.
So when you said that, like Narad Muni was feeling all this ecstasy and all those stuff. So did he say, did he say like he was congratulate Gopakumar, and did he fall at his feet, because that's what it was like in the last slide.
Yeah. No, he didn't fall at his feet. I don't think that's what we said here. But Narada Muni is just explaining about Goloka. Right? He's trying to explain to Gopakumar. He's telling Gopakumar, you are doing really good. You know, your mood is very different from all of us. And he says that Lord, he wants to display his pastimes on earth. And so in 28th cycle of the yugas, in the 7th month, at the end of Dwapar Yuga, in this day of Brahma, the Lord Krishna, he has descended. And all the other forms of the Lord were inspired and entered into this form of the Lord. And they all leave their posts in Vaikunta. Even Narayana would abandon Mahalakshmi. He won't invite her to come. All of them come here to display their mercy on this entire material world. Okay, so different people understand Lord Krishna in terms of different realizations, right? So some consider him to be from the Lord of Vaikunta, some as Sahasra Shesha Purusha, some as Keshava of Mathura, some as Narayana, friend of Nara, some as Shirodakashai Vishnu. So all the Shastras speak of the Lord differently. So I think this ends this week's today's journey. Tomorrow we will continue, where Narada Muni is going to speak much more about Golokadam, and you need to go to Golokadam, right? So that is where we will continue tomorrow. So now Laxmi Mataji is going to take over.
Mataji.
Cream cheese biscuits. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes. You want to say something?
Are we going to do some activity like games, or are we just going to bake?
I think Laxmi Mataji, are you there?
Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I think.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, so they just wanted to know if you have any games, or is it going to be baking?
It is just going to be baking now. With kids 30 minutes in hand, this is all we can do today, right? So we're going to just bake today. All right. And that is actually the activity for today.
Mataji, we are not seeing you.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my laptop. Just give me a minute. I have to log in. Yeah, I was having difficulties logging to Zoom meeting today.
There was an update, Mataji. Even I got an update, maybe because of that update.
Something, yeah, since morning, right? Morning, I had to change my laptop because of this.
Today I had updated the Zoom. I don't know if Hindu Mataji got the update. Just now when I opened for the kids class, it asked me to update. I have updated.
I didn't get anything.
I do remember the updates, but today I didn't get it. I don't know what's happening. Just give me a minute, Mataji. I'll quickly jump back to Zoom. If it's not working, we'll see what to do. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, so until Mataji is ready, we can actually get our ingredients together. So,
Mataji, do you know how many cookies do this make?
let me check.
Does everybody like cream cheese biscuits, or have tried them before?
Did you like Prana?
Prana! I don't know if I've tried or not. Maybe I have. Prana, which grade are you going?
Maybe you can try later when you get
Prana,
better.
which grade are you going? 4th? Oh, you're so big.
Yeah.
Bigger than Janvi and me.
Mataji, this is Advait. So what's the difference if you put buttermilk or regular milk in it?
You can use any. I prefer buttermilk.
No, I mean, like, is there a different consistency or something?
Buttermilk has really milk-like consistency, as you know, right?
Okay,
So
got it. Thank you.
that consistency we're looking for, like milk or buttermilk, that consistency. All right, kids, I think let's get started. All right, kids, first of all, you can see me right now, but welcome to today's class. Anyways, Mataji has already welcomed you. And this is the second part of the class today. For the activity, well, I like eating. I hope you all do. So we're gonna be baking today. And let's bake buttermilk today. Not buttermilk, sorry. See, I'm multitasking, so I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, so let's bake biscuits today.
Mataji, how many cookies does this make?
How many what?
How many cookies does this make?
I can't remember how many does it make. Can you all see me, Mataji, or still not working? If not working, we'll just leave it.
Not worry, Mataji. That's okay.
So,
You can
let's just get to. All right, so kids, let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is we're gonna start our oven. So preheat our oven so that it is ready by the time we finish putting things together. So we're gonna start our oven at 425 degrees. So I'm gonna do that, you all do it. It's starting, and meanwhile, I think let's just get started putting things together. So the most important thing for these things like biscuits and I would say when you want things to rise and have that kind of flaky consistency, what you need to make sure is that when we add the butter and those kind of, those butter or cream cheese to that, they are not liquidy, they are not frozen either, because we want to make, I do not know if you have ever made kids, I do not know, your moms would have made it, balushai kind of sweet, right? So you know how we make that, right? We want to make sure that it gets...
Badisha, so what I call Badisha Indian donut.
Yeah, right. And that's more delicious, right? I would say that. So yeah, so we need that kind of consistency where we have like crumbly kind of consistency of the dough. And when it has got that crumbly kind of consistency with the right fat in it, then that is where we get the right texture later on, right? That puffiness and the flakiness and all that kind of stuff. So let's remember that. So don't make your butter and cream cheese very liquidy, because we need that little, slightly thicker consistency to get what we're trying to achieve. All right. So let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix first our flour, baking powder, salt and sugar and soda. So 5 things. Let's start putting those in. I'm going to get my molds. It's so odd that I can't see you. Just give me a minute. All right. So you know the ingredients get so. I thought it's not good that I don't see you, so I'm going to see you now.
Mataji, can you join from the phone? Is that possible?
All
So
right.
you on video?
All right. So Mataji has the recipe here. I'm going to go back to this. So what we need is our flour, which I'm using 2 cups here. So I'm going to get that.
Mataji, your background is not so
And
clear.
if you don't want to make so many biscuits, you can just reduce the quantity. So I'm just going to make it with 2 for now. I like biscuits. So I got 2 cups of flour here. All right, cool. This is inside, and the next thing what we want is 2 teaspoons of baking powder in it. So baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Right. Next thing what you want to put in this is 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon, I know how much.
Mataji, sorry for disturbing, but Mataji, can we use wheat flour instead of all?
And then you want to add your
Mataji?
2 teaspoons of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda to this.
Mataji, can you hear me? Mataji? Brenda, we can hear you. I don't think Laxmi Mataji can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. We do one thing.
My baking soda going in, and the last thing that I need now is 2 teaspoons of sugar. So let me get the sugar as well.
Oh, you all can hear us, but Laxmi Mataji is not able to hear us.
Yeah, because look, it's coming right here. Daddy said that she could hear us.
Okay, no worries.
So 2 teaspoons. Just one. All done? I cannot hear anybody, so are we doing it?
Mataji, I don't think you can hear us.
Yes,
Oh. Can you hear me okay?
No, Mataji, I don't think you can hear us.
Yeah. Can
Can you hear us, Mataji?
you hear me? I can hear you.
Okay, because like 2 minutes ago, Balavinda was keep on asking you a question, but I don't know if you heard it because you didn't reply. So
I did not hear anything, and that is why I was asking, what happened?
we for instead of all-purpose.
Instead of all-purpose, what?
Wheat flour.
You use wheat flour. Yeah, try with that. Yeah, lot of people experiment with wheat flour. I usually stick to. I'm echoing, so kids, can I just put you on mute for a second? Okay, yeah. So I usually prefer using the self-raising flour for these kind of things. But tell me how that turns out for you. I want to know definitely. All right. So it's all mixed together. I would rather sieve it, but I'm fine for now. But if you want the perfect consistency, just sieve it. You should have something at home, right? You can sieve it. So just sieve it so that all the ingredients that we're putting in now, they all combine together very well. Okay. All right. So next thing what we're going to do is we're going to add cream cheese and butter to this. So not big piece, right? We're going to cut them into smaller pieces so that when we put it in here, it is easily mixable. Mixable is a word I don't know, but you can easily mix there, right? If it is too big of a piece, then it will be very difficult for you. It's going to take you a longer time to mix things together, right? So what we need now is for 2 cups of flour, if you're taking, measure your quantities accordingly. If it is more or less, change the quantities. For 2 cups of flour, we're going to use 4 ounces of cream cheese and 4 tablespoons of butter. Okay, so I'm going to get that. I have butter here, and I kept my butter out for some time, so it's not too hard or hard at this point. But if you did not keep your butter out, right, and it's very hard, I would recommend putting it into the microwave for very few seconds before you use that. So butter is, I have 4 tablespoons of butter, which I'm going to cut. Yeah, here. Okay, good. I got my butter. And before I put it in, it's not too bad, actually. I don't have to cut very tiny pieces because my butter is not very stiff right now. All right, so butter goes in. All right. And the next thing I need is the cream cheese. So we need about 4 ounces of cream cheese. So I have my cream cheese here. So we need 4 ounces. So basically the one I have is 8 ounces. Yeah, I have 8 ounces. So what I need is just half of it, right? Okay, so let's just see how I can do that. For some reason, I know taking this cheese out is not the easiest of thing to do, and I don't like to mess up my hands and fingers. So I try to be very, very careful, even though I'm messing up a little bit. All right, so I need half of it, kids. If you have the same measurement, use half of it. And then again, cream cheese also, you're gonna make tiny pieces of it before you're putting it in. I'm gonna do that slightly messier, but it's all right. I have a fork, so it's easier for me. Yeah, it's not bad. It can go in without any problem. All right.
Mataji, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Actually, I'm making, my friend and me are making 4 festivals.
Festivals.
Yeah,
What are you making for the festival?
like one is Swan Boat, another is Drama Day, and the other one is Rath Yatra, and the other one is Flower Festival.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. You kids are doing so much for such festivals. That is very nice. Very, very impressive, I would say.
And
Good
also,
job.
because I wanted to do it, I did it because I just wanted to have more fun.
Wow. No, that's very nice. And this way you're helping your parents also at home, right? To prepare for the festivals, which is very nice. Krishna will be very happy with your efforts. And once you're done doing all that, share it with us what you have made, okay?
Okay.
We are always very excited to see what kids do and what they make and the activities or any kind of, pastimes to do. Could be anything. All right, so kids, I am actually going ahead to mix my butter and cream cheese with my dough, not exactly dough, it's still a flour. Now, what I'm trying to achieve is to get the crumbly texture.
Mataji,
Yeah.
we already put all-purpose flour, sugar, salt,
Yeah.
and baking powder, baking soda,
Very nice.
sugar. What do you put after that?
Oh, you don't see me, right? So let me just bring this down so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I put butter and cream cheese in that, and now I'm using my hands actually. It's better if I use my hands, I can do it easily. So I'm using my hands right now. That is the trick we use for balushai as well, right? So I'm going to use my hand. Do you see how crumbly it's coming, right? You see? Because it has a lot of fat in it. So that's the kind of texture we want, but we also want to make sure that all the cheese and butter that we have put in this, everything is mixed with the flour. So we do not want those pieces of cheese and butter in it anymore. We want everything to be mixed with flour. So it's a little bit of effort, but end result will be good. So let's do it. Okay. Now, if you think that everything is mixed together, I do not see any, butter or cheese pieces in it. So next thing what we're going to do is, and you will see, like, do you see how the texture is? It pretty much like this. Oh, it's not powdery anymore. What we're going to do next is we're going to add milk and mix into the dough. So you may use milk, you may use buttermilk, or if you're using curd or yogurt, just you need the consistency of the buttermilk. Remember that. I mean, usually kids, anytime I used to use butter, I have to use buttermilk for any of the recipes. I actually use curd and I add water to it and I make it a thin consistency like butter, like a buttermilk. So feel free to do any of that. All right, so now next thing is buttermilk going in or milk going in. And how much do we need? We need about a cup of that. Oops. All right, so I'm going to grab my cup from here.
Mataji,
Yes.
should it be cold milk or room temperature?
Cold milk is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Buttermilk means you have to liquefy yogurt or add a lemon in the milk.
No, liquefy yogurt is fine.
Liquefy yogurt.
Or, yeah, or if you're adding milk to you're basically curdling the milk by adding, lemon or vinegar to milk. Either way, we just want pretty much like a buttermilk kind of a thing, Mataji.
Okay. So buttermilk tastes more good, Mataji, than the milk?
Yeah, because buttermilk has a kind of not consistency, it has kind of that soury kind of taste that you like in your these biscuits.
Okay, Mataji, 4 rounds of cream cheese and 1 butter stick, right? Softened butter stick.
No, butter.
Mataji,
4 tablespoon butter, not this one.
Mataji,
Yes.
ours has too much milk in it, so
We're gonna add a cup of milk. And if you want, use half cup of yogurt and half cup milk.
So Mataji, what should be the consistency of the dough?
The dough would be
Because ours is very sticky.
no, it would not be very sticky actually.
So I don't know if we added too much milk.
Was it a cup of milk in 2 cups of flour, Mataji?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, really? Was it okay? Let's see.
So it's like this. It's, I don't know if you can see, but it's quite sticky. It's sticking to my fingers.
Oh, let's see. I can't see you yet, but let me
Can you see?
not yet, just a moment. I have to. All right, yeah, I can see now. Oh.
So I added some more maida to it, but it's still very sticky.
It is very sticky. Okay, let's see. So everybody add, what I'm going to do is, let's start adding this and see how's this. So I've just added 3/4 cup. I think I would be able to add rest of it as well. Let's see.
Mataji,
Yeah.
my dad already needed the dough, so is this how should the dough look like?
Okay, I can see who's showing the dough. Wait, let's just increase the size of my screen and maybe I can see you all. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good actually. That's good.
Okay, Mataji, thank you.
Mataji, so as your dough was very, it wasn't soft enough. I would say it's very, very liquidy kind, I would say. You may have to add a little more flour. And then rest of the ingredients as well, at least the baking soda and baking powder for this to rise. That's how I'll show you how mine is. Okay, I'm not done yet. So let me finish and I can show you. Even mine is a little liquidy like this. So I'm going to add maida to it. Okay.
Mataji,
Yes.
should the dough be soft?
Yeah, it would be a softer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's not like a cookie dough, okay? It will be softer than cookie dough. Yeah, so this would be a good consistency if you could see. Okay, if everybody's done with that, now we're going to turn it on a floured surface because now we're going to roll it. And then we're going to cut the shapes, whatever shapes you want, okay? So let me make space for that.
Mataji, can you show your consistency, Mataji?
It's like this.
1 second, Mataji. Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, we should be able to roll it now. That's the only thing we want.
Okay.
We don't want to make it too hard, too soft. That's it.
Yeah, I added full stick of butter, Mataji, instead of half stick. So
that would be a lot.
The yogurt I put very less because it's already softened. So I put little less yogurt in there. Buttermilk.
Yeah, that's what we have to adjust, right?
Yeah.
Because if you put the fats, more of the fats, then it doesn't need a lot of liquid then.
Yeah, that's what I just added very less.
Good. Yeah, I know that.
So we have to roll like a chapati,
chapati.
and then cut it into
shapes.
Cut it into shapes with the shape cutter.
Whatever shape you want. So biscuits are usually available in square and round shapes. But yeah. So
I would do it star.
I think I would say just go creative with that. Make any shape that you like. We don't have to do what, you see it every day. Unfortunately, the only cookie cutters I have at home is for my dog. So that has all dog shapes. So I don't want to use that for the biscuits at least. All right, so I'm going to just put a little bit of flour here so that I'm able to roll. Okay.
Mataji, for this recipe, the butter and the cream cheese which you used, it is mentioned as softened, right? So it should be still in a state where we can actually slice or cube it.
Yes.
It should not be too much like a melt kind of in the hand.
That is why, Mataji, I do not prefer doing that in the microwave, right? So microwave, you can control how liquid it gets. So keeping that out for about 30 minutes is a good idea.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji. It's pretty much like balushai. That's what I was giving example to kids. It's pretty much like how we do with balushai, right? The kind of fats we add to balushai and get the crumbly dough. That's what we are trying to achieve here as well. My fingers are just so with flour, but all right, never mind. All right, so I'm gonna start rolling. We are going to create about a half an inch of thickness.
Mataji,
Yeah.
how thick does the dough have to be?
Half inch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think I'm almost done. So I'm going to start just cutting the shape. As I said, use any shape that you like. I am just going to go with squares because, as I said, I don't have those shapes. I don't have cookie cutters. I'm going to just use regular my knives. Right, found it. Okay. Yeah, so let's just check. All right, I've already cut mine. If you're also ready, now the next thing what you're going to do is put it in the oven. So I'm going to just quickly wash my hands and put the parchment paper. All right. So are we done? Rolling the dough. Did we cut the shapes? How are we doing, kids? So you know, another trick to that is now as we are in a live class, so we can do that. But I always prefer after you cut these shapes, you put that in the freezer for some time, say about 30 minutes or so before you bake it.
Mataji, what did you say? Can you repeat that word?
I'm saying, Mataji, after cutting these shapes, if you can freeze it for some time, about
How
30
many minutes, Mataji?
30. About 30 minutes.
Oh, then oven is already on. Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. So right now we are in the class and we don't have time to wait for 30 minutes, right? For the fridge. So let's just put it in this. But yeah, you can try it sometime, Mataji, at home.
Okay. If that makes more tastier, maybe next time we can try. Yeah.
That's what I actually do always. But this time we can't do that. So we'll just go with what we can do.
We simply refrigerate or we have to freeze, Mataji?
Yeah, freeze, Mataji. I freeze always. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm ready to take these in.
Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, in the Facebook, Mataji's video is small, whereas the slide is big. So is it possible that you spotlight Mataji so it will be bigger? If for
Yeah, but
recording
then when you share the screen, it is always like that, Mataji. If we stop sharing the screen, children will ask more questions because on the screen we have details, so that helps the children. That's why we put on screen. If we stop the screen, Mataji is being seen big. So if nobody has a questions, we can stop here and see Mataji full fledged. Then I'll stop. Yeah, Mataji has stopped the screen, so no worries now.
Okay, yeah, so I am ready. And then this can go in the oven now. And then we're gonna bake it for about, how much time did I say? Can't remember. So about 15-20 minutes. And if you like butter, once it comes out of the oven, you can just butter it on the top. Any questions? How are we doing, everybody? I'm messing up my laptop with my dough hands.
Mataji, we already kept it in the oven.
I knew you all are so smart. I just keep talking and not do anything, right? I'm so slow. But I know you all are very, very smart. So everybody has put it in the oven already, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Awesome. Any questions anybody has at this point? No? So what shapes did you make? Somebody made star shapes that I heard. What else?
Mataji Vrunda is making all different kind of shapes. She just put the cookie, that cookie cutter box, and she's making each cookie in different shapes.
Wow, that is nice. Then I want to see picture of all the shapes. That'll be very interesting. Any other shapes, kids?
Mataji, can we add chocolate chips to the dough?
Oh my God, you're being so creative. Yes, yes, go creative. Whatever you want to add, just add it.
Okay, Mataji.
What we made just now is a traditional biscuits, but may change. You know, even it's not traditional what we made. Usually the traditional biscuits are called buttermilk biscuits, right? So it just has buttermilk and the dough, whatever flour. But we also have added cheese, cream cheese, right? Because I really like when you add cream cheese to your biscuits, and they really taste very good. So yeah, go ahead and add whatever you need to add. Just make sure that all the flavorings that you're adding to this is not contradicting with each other, right? So as long as they all get along well, all the flavorings, you'll be good.
Mataji, can I show something?
Yeah.
This is the all the four.
Mataji, how long do we have to keep them for in the oven?
15-20 minutes. Thank you for reminding. Brenda, I'll be back in a second. I just forgot to start the timer. Yeah. So Brenda, yeah.
30 minutes. Do we keep it in the oven for 30 minutes?
No, 15 or 20 minutes. Just look at your biscuits in 15 minutes if it is done. Otherwise, leave it for another 5 minutes. We just have to see, you know that, right? The top should be like brown, slightly, darker brown, not too brown, okay? You know how the cakes and everything is, that kind of color we want. All right.
This one said all the four festivals.
Yeah.
This swan boat is a list of them because I got it from you in Darwin because I wanted more.
Very nice. That's very beautiful. Did you do it alone?
Yes.
Oh my God, that is very beautiful. Well done, Randa. Very well done.
I also got the idea by myself, and also I told it to Shama, and also we made a swan boat together.
Wow, that's very nice. So proud of you all. I mean, sometimes things we don't expect from kids and you do it. It's so surprising. You all are so amazing. All right, kids, any other question anybody has? What's the time?
If no more questions, we can close, Mataji. It's 5:08.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock already. Yeah, so we can wrap up. All right, kids, if there are no more questions, we can wrap up. And then once you're done baking, Mataji would say that, but let me say that today. Once you're done baking, do not forget to post your pics in your biscuits pics in the WhatsApp group. We'd love to see that because.
Mataji, just one more thing to share.
Yeah.
This is a swan boat.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome. We'll have to ask Mataji one day. We'll have to ask kids to take the activity classes. They're so creative. Very nice, Branda. Beautiful. All right, kids. With that, we're going to wrap up today's class, and we're going to meet tomorrow for another activity and continuation to the story which we had been reading. With that, all right. Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anatkuti Vaishnava Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Laxmi
Thank you, Mataji.
all kids. Bye bye. Thank you, Mataji, once again.
Krishna Mataji, bye bye.